Today we are going to try and pick apart the brains of the haters. Now, the beautiful thing about haters is that, like us, they are only human, and sometimes their mistakes can be as cringeworthy as ours. Stick around, we're going to talk about this. All right, my friends, welcome back. You know, in a previous video, I talked about something called the law of association. It's something that I'm probably going to talk about a lot. Now, what that states is that you become the product of the top 5 people that you spend your time with, right? We've all heard this. That's fine. That's beautiful. But today I want to go into a little more depth about this law and really how it can affect us really negatively if we let us, all right? So, online it can be tricky. If you have a YouTube channel or you write a blog, it's hard sometimes because there is going to be negative feedback, and there are a lot of people who don't have your best interest in mind, and they can say some really hurtful stuff. And I remember some of the first couple hate comments that I received, and it kind of cuts you really deep. But there's something that you can do on the internet that helps you kind of push past this, and it's called just ignoring it. Okay, like there's nothing we can really do about that. But I want to teach you something that I think is very valuable. All right, if you receive hate comments or hate from anybody because of the things that you do, number one, they're jealous of you. Okay, we hate seeing other people's success, and what it boils down to is that we are jealous of other people. We want to have what they have, and so the only way that we can really fight against that is to just tell them that they're stupid or tell them that their content sucks. All right, don't ever do that. All right, there's enough negativity in this world without us adding on to it, so please just try and be a positive light to other people. Okay, so I think back of my experience in high school, and my wife hates it when I talk about my high school experience because I swear I'm not living in the past. I'm really not, but it was a good time for me, all right? And I had 5 really close friends. And so if we become the product of the 5 closest people that we spend our time with, right? It's only natural that me and my friends, we were all very similar. We had the same humor. I think I'm a funny guy, so only naturally that they're also hilarious, right? But then it dawned on me that it's not that we were similar that we started hanging out. It's because we were hanging out that we started to think the same, that we started to talk the same, and say jokes that were hilarious to everybody just because our wavelengths and our minds were in the same spot. All right, and so to call somebody a hater, it's a very bold claim. But like the situation with my friends, you can get dragged into that if you allow yourself to. If you feed into that negative energy, then you're going to become a negative person as well. So we have to ask ourselves the question sometimes, is what I'm getting upset about really worth being angry over? Okay? So think about the things that you actually do hate. Now I invite you to comment below and tell me those things that you hate. I'd like to know because it might be hilarious to me, all right? I try to make light of every situation, okay? But in my life, things that I hate. Number one, rocks in my freaking shoes. That's the worst, all right? Especially when you can't really take your shoe off because you're busy or I don't know, your shoe's too tight, something like that. I hate celery. Celery is awful. It tastes like water. It's like flossing your teeth with a vegetable, and nobody should ever have to do that, okay? The third thing is when I'm trying to like work on my computer or get some assignments done, and all of a sudden the internet starts lagging and I can't accomplish the task that I'm trying to do. That drives me crazy. It used to be when DVDs skip, but nowadays people are just like streaming movies and stuff like that, so that's not a super big issue. But are the things that you hate big enough to really make a fuss over? And a lot of times the answer is going to be no, guys, and that's fine, okay? But you're allowed to be upset in this world. It's a natural part of human existence, but don't push it onto other people, all right? And that's kind of what I'm getting at today. So pick your battles and just be smart about it. And so when it comes to internet and like internet bullying, like I said, people can be like insanely rude. We are very free with the things that we say online because we don't actually have to face those people. And so the only thing that we can do is make light of the subject. Now think about what all these really popular YouTubers do. They usually come out and make an entire separate video of them just responding to their hate comments, and a lot of times it is hilarious. They make songs out of it. And so that's totally normal. That's all we can do. And I can't say it enough, guys, but negativity is too prevalent. Don't feed into that, all right? I remember the first time that I got into business. I guess my first business venture, and it was multi-level marketing. I have a totally separate video on multi-level marketing and kind of my opinion of it. So I'll link that down below in the description. But to touch on that just a little bit, I remember, I guess it was an argument. I got into an argument with my brother's father-in-law. It wasn't even my father-in-law. It was my brother's. So I don't know. It was just a weird situation. But he started talking about how when we go and we want to make money, we need to find something that we're passionate about. And to an extent, that is true, okay? But a lot of people, they get in the mindset that if they chase what they're passionate about, well, then they'll never make any money, all right? Alan Watts is just a very, very intelligent person, and he's got a lot of different videos. So look up Alan Watts on YouTube, and he has this video called, I think it's called "What Makes You Tick," all right? And he asked the question, would you still do what you love to do if you weren't making any money off of it? And is that thing what makes you tick in your life? I guess like a clock, what keeps you going, all right? And what he was getting at was that if you really work hard at the things that you love, then eventually you'll become a master of it. And if you're passionate about it, people will come and they will pay. But in a book that I was reading, it's a book called Millionaire Success Habits, and it was written by a man named Dean Graziosi, right? And in this book, he says that we need to stop wasting our time on things that don't help us, trying to learn new talents and skills and abilities. Where I support that, all right, to learn new things. I'm 100% for that, but we can't waste too much time on the new things when we might have something else that we're really, really good at that we can master, that people will pay us for. So take what you know and take what you love and go with it. And don't care what other people say, because you're better than that. You are far better than that. So I want to give a little bit of advice right now and just say that your success is dependent on you. It's not dependent on anybody else or the things that they have to say, because at the end of the day, the decisions that are made are going to come from your brain and your heart. Okay? So forget them. Just forget them all. All right? You can be the bigger person always. Make light of the haters, because on the internet, that's all we can do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.